I know what you're asking. Why'd we glue the top on? Well, so we can cut it off, of course. Let's see how we can do that. First of all, we come over to this table saw without the electronic fence. We grab this throat plate right here, pull this forward and up and out. Down in there is going to be a little black lever. We're going to pull that lever up. And then this loosens up and we take that out and we put that black lever down. And this has, right here, two little buttons, I guess. They interlock with those other buttons. So we want to make sure that they slide underneath like that. And come on, there we go. If that doesn't happen, then they ride up on top of the other buttons and it's not smooth right here. Guess I can zoom out and make life easier for us. But yeah, that's what we're looking for, is to make that smooth. And there we go. Now it's important to notice we don't have any safety measurements, any safety devices right here. Okay, so if you are coming over to this table saw for any other operation, you will need to know how to put these safety devices back into place. But here we are. We're going to put the top off. We're going to cut the top off and we're going to set the fence to 2 inches. All right, after setting the fence to 2 inches, moving this around, we're going to set it to about 2 inches. That isn't necessarily, you know, set in stone. You can set it wherever you'd like, but on mine right here, 2 inches is going to be right about there, and that's where I want to cut it. I do not want to cut it right along the edge where I glued it, because why did I glue it on there? I want this little apron around there. So secondly, I have to adjust the height of the blade, and that can be done by tipping your blade, your box upside down. And you know, this should be a 1/2 inch, and so your blade should be just above that, and that works for me. Now, when we make this cut, we're going to make 4 cuts. We're going to start off in what I call portrait mode. And so we go ahead and portrait mode is like so, it's upright. And then this is a very safe cut. The only thing you got to worry about is that in the middle of the cut, you twist it, or if you lean, and then either one of those will cause the piece to bind in here and come shooting back at you. Okay? It probably won't hurt your hands, but it might hurt your project. So I'm going to be gently pushing down right here, and I will be pushing from the back side right here. I don't really want to hold it up here on the top because that's going to cause me to be tippy. So here we go. Watch my hands, watch where I hold it, and that's what you want to do. Clear the blade. All right, I bring it around the blade. Be careful when you bring it around the blade. Drop it down into landscape mode and follow the same techniques. Okay, bring it around the blade and tip it up. Now, follow the same technique as you did before. Bring it around the blade, and now I want to show you how we can take this right here, and if I squeeze this, see how I can bring that gap back together? I want to be careful on my last pass not to squeeze that, because if I do squeeze that, as it is going through and cutting that last little piece of wood there, I can actually squeeze this onto the blade. And while that nothing crazy is going to happen, certainly something crazy could happen. It could fly back, but it'll also give me an uneven cut on here. So what I want to do instead is, right now it's one piece. I want, when I make this cut, it's going to become two pieces. And when it becomes two pieces, this is the box, this is the lid. I'm going to take the box and I'm going to push it all the way through. And when the lid separates from the box, I'm going to flip it away from the blade. So watch this. Watch what I'm talking about. Clear the blade. All the way through and pull that away from the blade. There, and get everything away from the power. And now I have my two pieces. I have my two pieces, and I'm very satisfied with the evenness of the cut right now. I could go over to the drum sander and take off just a very, 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 very light pass on here and also on here. And then I would be guaranteed to have a nice fit. Okay. You know what I could have done is drawn some pencil lines on here to help me make sure I get it back onto the right direction so that the grain matches. I'll have to investigate. Yeah, that's not right. There we go. All right, that is cutting off the top of your box.